Hey everybody, welcome back to For Horror's Sake, and we are officially back and unpacked from Mad Monster Party 2026. Now, it was a great show, great guests, had a good time, but I just want to show you guys my haul. But before we get to that, let me speak on something. They'll never watch it, and they, of course, they won't take any kind of suggestions in the hand. I don't figure, but I felt like this year the RIP stuff was lacking really bad. We're paying a premium for RIP. The biggest thing me and John buy it for is the line skip. So we're able to get so we can get front of the line access with other RIP visitors. And that's a big deal because sometimes some of these guests can get long lines. We never had to use it this time. Usually Party is the biggest one. Expo is a little more laxed and not as busy. But of course, if we were getting was there Peter Criss or the dude from Kiss, it would have helped because those lines were massive. But we really didn't have any issues. Us getting in 30 minutes early helped because we were going ahead and getting in line where we needed to for like Michael Rooker and stuff like that. But it was very lackluster, and it wasn't due to the coordinator for the RIP room. She's great. She's like, hey, if you got any suggestions, please put it in the bowl. My biggest thing is I want the 3 or 4X t-shirts back. I mean, what the fuck? I say this every year. I'm a bigger guy. Yeah, of course I gotta lose weight. Probably should. But I'm paying for that. So I'll pay the extra $2 or $3 it takes to get a t-shirt. You guys are doing the stuff in advance. Give us that option, 3 or 4X, please. But I'll show you the RIP stuff. So we got a tote this year. They went with the Hellraiser theme because they had a bunch of Hellraiser guests. So we got a tote instead of these little tie book bag thing. We got this Mad Monster magazine that they've had laying around before. We got a little bag that had like some sugar scrub in it and a little some stickers, and then some stickers in the bag, and then there was another koozie from August. It was left over. We did get this art piece. They always try to do an art piece that is for us, but then for free, and then we see them selling them. But this one was cool. I mean, this was like the one really cool thing they did was this art piece, and you could cut it out to make your own lament configuration, which was neat. A big gripe I had is, here's our t-shirt. So, Mad Monster t-shirt. Now, I'm going to flip this around, and you tell me what it's missing from every t-shirt. The big thing about getting these is that it's part of our package, and it says RIP on the back. So we can wear them, and we know, hey, you got the RIP package. They don't have RIP on. They didn't even bother. And it's the same shirt they're selling out there in the thing. So it's nothing special and unique to us that we're used to getting. So like I said, they really did drop the ball with like quality, I guess. It's just they're kind of dropping it. Like I said, it's not. They did get like somebody to have free arcade machines inside the RIP room and stuff like that, but like I said, I'm not even sure if everybody got everything I got in a bag type of situation. So now we're going to jump over to the tchotchke stuff, and then I'll go to autographs. So please stick around for the full thing. We'll do what I got Chesley first. So I brought Chesley home a Scream 6 cup with a little guy on the top. And then she really liked this. And of course, here in West Virginia, we don't have any place that does popcorn buckets. Like we have that Golden Ticket in Princeton does some popcorn buckets, but not all. I found this for her, so I brought this home to her. She loved it. And then the last thing I got her, this guy was there. This was his first year there. He's from New York. They had if you watch the video of my walkthrough, it's the huge wooden booth. I mean, it's, they basically brought like a shanty house that folds out and had like a back room and everything. I thought was really neat. But I got her this. The Woodsboro High School Horror Film Club. It has an actual VHS in there. I thought this was really, really cool. So we'll hang that up. Now on, when I went to, so Regal's there, and that's where I got the popcorn bucket. They had some free posters. I got a little Return to Silent Hill postcard. I got these guys. These are Hard Eyes little tearaway. They're actual tearaway little Valentine that you can rip and tear. And then a Scream 6 11 by, I think, 17. Which is cool. Now, stuff for me. Matter of fact, I'll do photo ops real quick. I did 2 photo ops. I was supposed to do 3, but Warwick Davis canceled. It was a freaking bummer. But I did Saturday. I did Michael Rooker. Super nice guy. Very, very friendly. And he talked and everything. I mean, he doesn't look like it. He looks like he's a little bit unapproachable sometimes, but he was a friendly guy whenever we met him. And then on Friday, we did the Hellraiser plus Ashley photo op. So we got me, John, we have Simon, we have Nicholas, we have Doug, and we have Ashley over here. Alright. That's the photo ops. And of course, you know, you get a badge for RIP. I bought Spawn on VHS. It is open, but it still has the protective plastic on it, which was nice. I got this Tar Man that was released from Trick or Treat Studios. I thought was very cool. It reminds me a little bit of the NECA's Toonie Terror stuff. But if you look close at the brain and stuff, there's bites taken out of it, which is neat. This was fun. So in this black bag is actually my biggest purchase. I knew they existed, and I've wanted them, but I know they're tough to find altogether, and the guy had a whole booth of just comics. John was very excited because every time we go, John always looks for the Halloween comics. He's got a few, but, you know, like I said, they're not, you know, if you track them down on the internet, I'm sure, you know, they're easier to find, but he wants to find them in person, so he checks every time we go to the convention. He's found 1 or 2, not many. This guy had tons, and, like, just tons of horror comic stuff, like, you know, Leatherface, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, Friday the 13th, stuff like that. But he had these right here. He had the complete 1 through 6 of the first, because I know they made Freddy versus Jason versus Ash Nightmare Warriors, and I want to get that set to it, because since I have this set, but we have the complete set here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. He had the number 1 for Nightmare Warriors, and I debated on getting it, and I wish I would have. I was kind of kicking myself after, so, but you know how it is. And while I'm putting this away, I will tell you another thing I put in the suggestion box was, so every place you go, they have a ticketing system. They have, you know, what is it, Ticket Leap, or I think there's just like Show Clicks or something. And there's just different forms of ticketing. You guys have the worst ticketing system I've ever seen. So next weekend, if you're out there, please say hi. We'll be there Saturday and Sunday, but this coming weekend, February the 28th and March the 1st, we will be at Horror Realm. Derek Mears and Greg Nicotero and Don Shanks are going to be there. We wanted to take the opportunity to see them. We don't know if maybe they'll come to Mad Monster eventually, but we want to go ahead and not miss the chance. So we're going to run out there and do 2 days out there. So if you guys see us, please say hi. You know, Slim, I might have people out there that's going to be there, but you never know. So I bought tickets for that, and it totals everything. So I paid $3 in fees and taxes and stuff like that for the ticketing system. With the ticketing system Mad Monster uses is ridiculous. So a good example, Michael Rooker's photo op was $75. After fees, I was paying almost $100. So you might be able to afford. It's really pricing people out, and it's making it rough to do these like fun things when it shouldn't be like that. I have 75. Sure, I'm like, okay, I have 75 and maybe a little bit, it'd be less than 80 by the time you're done with this. No, it's almost $100. I don't have $100 type of situation. I was lucky enough to buy them as I went. Like every payday, I'd be like, well, I'm going to go ahead and get one, photo op, and that's all the extra I'll spend this month or this payday, stuff like that. It's just, y'all need a better ticketing system. The one y'all had before, I don't know what the issue was. If you guys just didn't like it, it worked fine, and it wasn't as price gougy as this. So when we buy our tickets, it's adding so much more money. So I think a RIP is $140, and we almost spend $300 after we're done, and it's getting a little ridiculous. But honestly, I think the main guy that's over everything is kind of over it, and he's off doing his own thing. He just doesn't care. I'm just hoping people that run this, I'm hoping hears it. That's all I'm hoping, because you might think that my voice is the only voice saying it, but there is other people saying it. You're just not hearing it. Like the RP coordinator, she said that, oh, well, a lot of people don't ask for the 3Xs. I'm like, well, there's plenty of people that want them. I know people, at least a handful of people that would want them. Then it should be an option anyways, because, just because I'm saying it, there's probably 5 or 6 other people that's not saying it. And you're not giving us an option. You're giving us until 2X, so they're thinking that's it. That's all that there is. So, I mean, I guess I'm the complainer, but it should be an option. And, there's things that people aren't saying that should be fixed, especially for the premium we're paying. I think it's like $100 for a weekend pass. We're paying almost triple that. So, I mean, fix it, please. Off from my rambling, I do apologize. I will do the last. This is a big thing I bought, but wasn't the priciest. I saw this. This was up for pre-order, and I missed out on the pre-order. But I saw it there. The guy I go to, I think it's I Collectibles or something like that. We go to him every year. Him and his brother run the booth. They always have great collectibles and stuff like that, and the newer NECAs and Churchill Studio stuff. And they had this, and he had it for the best price there. There was people selling it for $165. They had people selling it for $175. He was selling it for way under that, so it's very much appreciated. Those people didn't even change the prices after they saw it. I guess they were just hoping he would sell out and people would want them. But you will have to come back for another video to see a closer look at this. But here it is. We have here's the back, Army of Darkness, Ashes, arm chainsaw. This is very cool, and I'll be excited to open it. It's been a day. I've been home, and I haven't opened it because I want to do a video for you guys just on it. So I'm pretty excited. So let's jump over the autographs so I can get you guys out of here. First up, you guys, some people remember this. I opened this from a BAM mystery autograph, like one of their premium autographs. But, of course, we have John Carpenter, and I added Nick Castle to it. That was an option before. Like, you could pay $100 and some for this, and it came with Nick Castle, or you could go up for 2 autographs, and, John Carpenter, and you can go up for 2 autographs, you get Nick Castle on it. So I just added him for way cheaper. There, bam. Next, I love this movie. It's Slither. Michael Rooker's in Slither. He plays Grant. I wanted to get something kind of unique for him to sign, and he said he's never signed one because he didn't. He's like, what? He's like, I didn't know what this was. So I got a meat tray because you know how after becomes the alien, you know, his obsession with raw meats at first. So I got a meat tray. This is actually from The Haunt. John was like, just grab one from the haunt stuff, and I already had blood and stuff on it because I was going to put it on there anyways. We have Michael Rooker, meat on there. And he laughed, he thought it was funny, so that's very cool. Very happy with that. We got 2 Funkos. We'll be doing way more Funkos for Horror Realm. But we have Nicholas Vince right here. He played Chatterer. And I know it wasn't the Chatterer from 3, but it's a Chatterer. So I put it in the protective case that Linda Blair started to write on there. And then I got Cortland Mead on a The Shining Danny Torrance right here. We have Red Rum, you know, Cortland Mead. Those are the 2 Funkos I got. I didn't get a whole lot of like separate things. Mainly my stuff was posters this year. I special ordered this from Halftone Horror. I was looking for something for her to sign, and this really popped out to me. The original art piece that I found that I really liked, the guy was charging like, I think like $60 for a print, and that was a little ridiculous. But it's your art, I guess, charge what you want. But I paid $20 for this, and it's cool and it's numbered. So, but it is Jane Levy. That's how you say her last name is Levy, not Levy. But I went to her and asked to make sure she was okay with writing, you know, Feast on This Motherfucker. She said yes. She was like, why wouldn't I be? And I was like, some people, you know, they're actors. They'll say the words, but you know, they don't like writing certain things or signing certain stuff. And she's like, yeah, but you know, they're fucking losers. So here we go. We have Jan Levy here, Mia from Evil Dead 2013. I showed Josh. I took a picture, showed it to him. And he was like, she took up a whole damn picture with that autograph. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I didn't have plans for anybody else on it, so I'm happy. Now we'll do posters. I got like 5 posters. So the first poster I will show you, and probably the second, is a cast situation. But more than cast, it's going to be everyone that was in segments from this series. So first up, of course, I'm taking it this coming weekend for Greg Nicotero, but we have Creepshow. And I have Ashley Lawrence here. She was in the segment called Pesticides. And then right here in the middle, I have Michael Rooker. He did Drug Traffic. So, very cool. Next up, I got, it's Phil, and his last name starts with an F, and I won't be able to pronounce it anyways, and I forget it. I do apologize. But he was in Bordello of Blood and a segment here called Food for Thought. But there it is. And like I said, I plan on getting anybody that was in Tales from the Crypt or, you know, Creepshow to sign these. Might do like green and purple on this one. White looks pretty good on that one. I might do a different color eventually, but very cool. Very nice guy. Super nice. Like I said, everybody I met was pretty cool. There's a few people I didn't meet, like, you know, I've met CJ Graham a few times, so I didn't revisit him. Mark Holton, maybe? You know, from Pee Wee's Herman and Leprechaun. We didn't get anything from him. We didn't get anything from Jennifer Carpenter. I think she may have left early Sunday. I can't remember. When I walked past, if you look at the video, I don't know if they was packing stuff up or putting stuff out, but her sign was down, so I wasn't sure. Next up, I got this cast piece, and I'll put anybody that was in the first Hellraiser on it. But this was the big one. They very much enjoyed the, like, it had a nice crisp look, and it's very simplistic. But down here we have Nicholas Vince was the Chatterer, and then we have Doug Bradley on the other side there. And then up here we have Simon Bamford, and then, I hope I'm saying his last name right, and then Ashley Lawrence up here. I told John, and I told Chelsea when I got back, I think Ashley does the heart because everybody else does something, and she didn't want to feel left out. So, because, you know, Doug does the pin. We have Nicholas doing Chatterer's head. Simon and his bee, he does Butterball here. And then Ashley, so she's like, I'll just do a heart. But that is a very cool piece there. And that gold has like gold leaf in it. And I want to thank Johnny Horror very much, because I was like, what's a good gold? And he sent me a few things, and I went to Chesley picked it up from Hobby Lobby, and it looks great. Like, it has that great shine to it and stuff like that. I got 2 more posters left, and I'll let y'all get on those merry way. Next up, we have our Jason, Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. So we added, right here, we had Tommy Jarvis, which is Tom Matthews. He was there. I was very glad to meet him. I got it from a box. I have him from Return of the Living Dead. So I needed him on this poster. And then over here we have the director, Tom McLaughlin, right there. He does this with all of them, and I think it really looks good. That pops. That I think it's All My Bloody Best. Yeah. And that red is very cool. And last up was my add to the Scream poster. Now this thing's worries me, getting a little bit of wear and tear because it's traveled. It's been to, like, I think 6 or 7 conventions now to get different people on it. But I added, when she opened this, it took her a while. She looked around and was seeing all the names and stuff, and I was like, the only 2 I'm missing from the head, like the big headline, was Drew Barrymore and Courtney Cox. Those are the 2 I'm missing that are, I don't know if I'll be able to attain them, because even if they did a private signing, I don't know how comfortable I would feel sending in my poster. But right here we have Heather Matarizzo. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. But she played Martha. She played Randy's sister. And of course the mother to the twins in the newer stuff. So this piece will actually be signed by everybody that was in a Scream ever. So, because it's massive. So I have enough space. But that is all. If you've stuck around this whole time, I think I'm at like 20-some minutes or something like that. I really appreciate it. But that's everything. I had a good time. As always, can't wait back to go until August. Can't wait to see what guests are going to be in August. Usually they give us a hint, but they didn't give us nothing this year. Like I said, they're dropping the ball really bad on stuff. But that's everything. If you liked everything, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I hope to see you guys again next time.